What's up guys, Zenigami here, and this is the character batch review, but it's basically a rant about the new version 2 Aokiji and Akainu legend characters. I'm going to call one of these two characters Kizaru on accident, but they're Aokiji and Akainu. Is their fight during Punk Hazard. That's their legendary characters, and we have Hina, Sengoku, and Brawny. And if you don't know who Brawny is, I don't remember him either. He's the guy who makes the bounties for pirates and stuff like that. That's who he is. But this is the character batch, and we're mostly going to be talking about what the characters do, how good they are, and how bad Bandai is at designing things. Because they are, God, so, oh man, they released Frankie, and Frankie's great, and then they just can't think of anything clever ever again. So let's look at Akainu. Akainu is now an int fighter shooter character. His captain ability makes him the greatest zombie friend captain there ever lived, ever. God, get Legend Magellan out of here, because Akainu makes zombie teams so freaking good. And it's just like great in general. His captain ability boosts the attack of strength and int characters by 3.25 times, makes strength and int orbs beneficial for strength and int characters, and deals 500 times his attack in typeless damage to one enemy at the end of each turn, depending on how many perfects you hit. So, assumably, if you hit 6 perfects, he's going to do 500 times his attack. His attack does go up to 2,000 after you put Cotton Candy and Limit Break him, so he is going to be 1 million damage from one Akainu special just by hitting 6 perfects. So you have one Akainu's captain with a crab friend captain and a bunch of penguins as subs. You're going to do 1 million damage every single turn. So that's not including how much damage you hit from your attacks. You're already doing 1 million damage from one Akainu. If you have 2 Akainus, he's going to do 2 hits of 1 million damage each at the end of each turn, which means enemies with like resilience buffs, that way they can't be killed at the end of this turn, this will demolish any of those. You are going to be demolishing almost every single Coliseum mini-boss. A lot of Coliseum mini-bosses only have like 2 million hit points anyways. So if you attack for the 500,000 damage you would get without having to use any specials, 2 million damage, boom, boom, destroyed. Is so easy. It's silly that you can just do 2 million damage a turn by hitting 6 perfects. I am at a loss as to what makes them think this is a good idea. I mean, it's only to one character, so if you have 6 characters on the stage, you can use your regular attacks and hit the 5 characters around there. We don't know how it's going to target that last hit. We don't know if it's going to be like, it's going to hit one random character that's on the enemy side, or it's going to be the character that you attack. It is definitely 100% 500 times his attack, because we can see it on, we've seen his character, and on the character itself it says 500 times his attack. Let's see, can I pull up? Alright, that doesn't have the image of it. But it is literally 500 times his attack by hitting 6 perfects. That's it. It's just 500 times his attack, hit 6 perfects. It is mind-boggling how they've made this a character. I don't understand what makes Bandai think this is okay. At worst, he has a 3.25 times int and strength captain that also makes int and strength orbs beneficial for int and strength characters. At worst, that's what he is. And that's assuming you don't hit any perfects that turn. His special ability still makes him even stupider, because his special ability guarantees you 100% matching orbs no matter what. Enemies can give you block orbs, boom, 100% fully matching orbs. The only way you can stop this is by using Orb Bind. Remember how Legend Nekomamushi has the weakness of, if you give him block orbs or tandem orbs or recovery orbs, then he can't make them count as beneficial matching orbs, and that makes his attack go down because he doesn't boost those characters? Well, that's a thing of the past, because Bandai says, you know what? Character weaknesses? Weaknesses are bad because people don't get to feel how powerful they are, and then they won't spend all that money on our characters. Oh, weaknesses are boring. Here's a link for the details for Legend Akainu. This is Legend Akainu. It says here in plain Japanese. Depending on how many perfectly hit, deals up to 500 times his attack damage to one enemy. In plain Japanese, I can't read it, but you can even if you don't read Japanese, you can see here it says 500 times his attack. So there's no way if you can get around that one. But this is guaranteed 100% fully matching orbs, even if they have block orbs. The only way for enemies to stop this is by using Orb Bind or having a special response that says when enemy manipulate orbs, get rid of those. And then he still boosts orbs by 2.25 times for one turn. So not only does he guarantee fully matching orbs, that blows Nekomamushi Legends out of the water. I mean, Nekomamushi's Legend special ability is a way for him to like compensate for his captain ability that doesn't do as well. I mean, just think about this compared to Nekomamushi. Nekomamushi is for strikers only, so he doesn't even give everyone beneficial. He only does it for strikers. This only does it for instant strength characters, and then also boosts orbs by 2.25 times for one turn. What is going on? What happened to the person who made Legend Frankie? I don't get it. And this is just the first character, all right? That's Akainu. And then we have Aokiji. Who Aokiji is a little bit weaker than Legend Akainu. Aokiji's captain ability is for blue and yellow. They decided, let's not be clever. Let's just make two of the same characters, but with different colors. Thanks, Bandai. I'm sure you worked extra hard on that one. Do you deserve how much money you're going to get by making two of the same characters just with different colors? So instead of red and purple, they did the really, really difficult design of making it blue and yellow instead. Wow, Bandai. Good job. Good job, Bandai Namco. Instead of making it red and purple, you made it blue and yellow. I think that must have been weeks of work to decide how to do Aokiji. Same attack boost at a minimum, same health boost at a minimum, makes things beneficial. Huh, isn't that familiar? The difference now is that if you hit yellow, yellow, purple, then he boosts attack by 4 times. So he does that instead of the 1 million damage at the end of Akainu, which is a little bit weaker. It's better if you're doing a big burst special. He does more damage than Akainu does on a big burst turn, but still, I mean, like, it's literally just copy and pasted. Like, this is the meme that says, hey, can I copy your homework? Sure, but just don't make it too obvious. That's all they did. They just copied the character and just, sure, just don't make it too obvious that you're copying my character that's right next to me. His special ability, wow! Is that familiar? Golly, it's like we just said this 5 seconds ago. Changes all orbs into either blue or yellow, which means it's fully matching orbs, and boosts the attack of blue and yellow characters by 2.25 for one turn. They literally changed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. They changed 5 words and made a new special for a legendary character. 5 words. Let's change 2 colors, and instead of orb boost, let's make it attack boost. Wow, Bandai! Good job. Round of applause. You worked so hard to come up with this new legendary character. What happened? Like, how are you so bad at designing characters? And once again, it's still just like better. Like, just compare this to Nekomamushi and how much worse Nekomamushi is compared to this guy. The 5-star characters we get with this batch are also just a step higher better than everything else. Hina is a Psy Striker Fighter character. Her captain ability is boost attack of Psy and Int by 2.25 and boost recovery, whatever. Her special ability delays enemies for 1 turn. And if you have a blue or yellow captain, boosts the affinity of blue or yellow characters by 2 times for 1 turn. So here we go. We've got our straight up power creep. We now have a 2 times affinity booster in the game for the very first time. So this beats out like Gear 4. This beats out... We didn't have a Psy affinity booster really up until now, so now we just have a straight up 2 times affinity booster that is better than every other affinity booster that you'd have access to on yellow and blue anyways. So Hina, also, since blue and yellow works great with blue and yellow, just straight up just use her on an Aokiji sub. We have Sengoku, who once again just works with Aokiji. Sengoku, a little bit more reasonable than Hina. Captain ability reduces cooldown by 1 because Sengoku tries to be a cooldown reducing captain, but Hody demolishes him. Boosts attack of Sai and quick characters by 2.5 and boosts their health by 1.2 times. His special ability reduces despair and attack down buff duration by 4 turns. So that's a nice little, little bit of utility there. And if you have 4 or more quick and Sai characters, boost the effect of orbs by 2 times for 1 turn. It makes recovery in tandem orbs beneficial for all characters for 1 turn. So if you're using him as a sub on an Aokiji team, you have a 2 times orb boost. And also now 4 of your orb types are beneficial. You have quick and Sai orbs count as beneficial thanks to Aokiji Captain, and then tandem recovery orbs beneficial thanks to Sengoku special. 4 out of 7 orbs, boom, automatically count as matching. And then we have Brawny, who, since Hina and Sengoku work with Aokiji, Brawny gets to work with Akainu. Brawny's captain ability boosts attack of strength and int character by 2.5 times and reduces damage taken by 7%. His special ability reduces enemy damage threshold reduction and percent damage reduction. That's being the, you only can do like 20,000 damage for this turn, or the rainbow shield buff by 4 turns. And makes blue, yellow, tandem, recovery orbs beneficial for strength and int characters for 3 turns. These multiple turn beneficial orb specials are actually really nice. So that way you can use them on stage, like a stage before a boss that will make you get that give you badly matching orbs, so that way it counteracts that. So specifically a 3-turn or 2-turn beneficial matching orb special is always going to be incredibly valuable. Even if you're not using them, even if you're not like getting the benefit from that, just being able to counteract like makes all orbs count as badly matching, which is a mechanic you'll see a lot on bosses, is incredibly valuable. And so Brawny, actually my favorite character out of this batch. He's not as powerful as any of the other characters. He's actually probably the weakest of any of these characters, but I think he is by far the best design. Gives you a bit of utility, and gives you a bit of utility without being like too stupid powerful. But this Akainu, man, he is disgusting. Let's look at how disgusting he is. Let's look at the Aokiji first. So here's Aokiji, double Aokiji legend captains, using the new Hina as a sub, using the new Sengoku as a sub, using Raid Boss Kizaru and Coliseum Raizo. You can get 34 million damage against a quick character, or 28 million damage against an int character, and that's even without cotton candy or limit breaks. No cotton candies or limit breaks on this team, so that would go up to maybe 40 million and 35 million damage, I want to say, after you limit break them and put some cotton candies on them. Also, the Aokiji is definitely not going to be 1500 attack. We can just like ballpark this. This will be about 2000. This will be about 2000. Hina, let's put 100 on there. You put 100 on there. Raizo, whoops. Da, 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 da. There we go. 35 million, 41 million damage. Yeah. And once again, you're guaranteed to have fully matching orbs with this team. You get delay, you get conditional attack boost, you get chain boost. You can put Hancock in here if you want to have chain lock instead of chain boost. Slightly, it gives you like a little bit less damage. Just a smidge less damage. But it gives you more int damage. Whatever. We also have one of the highest damage teams in the game now, Akainu Shanks. Boom, 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 boom. This, Mihawk, these two bottom characters, this is Raid Boss Dofi on Global. I know he doesn't exist on Japan yet, but let's just pretend like we have him. Because with this team, we can use Akainu and Shanks specials to give us a 2.25 times orb boost and a 2.25 times attack boost. So yeah, you got a 2.25 times attack and orb boost, and fully matching orbs. Use Doflamingo special to make that a 3-turn attack and orb boost of 2.25 times. So you're going to be doing at least 9 million damage for 3 turns. Or if you use this, you can burst on a stage 4 of a Coliseum, do at, maybe 9 million damage. Like a mini boss has 9 million damage, right? You're going to do 9 million damage. And then you're going to have your Akainu and Shanks special whenever you go into the stage 5 Coliseum. And then you can use Rob Lucci special. You can use your Int Mihawk special. Int Mihawk could be anybody. You can just use his special that will probably just kill the whatever boss you're fighting. But if somehow that boss survives your damage from Int Mihawk, well, then you can use your Rob Lucci to delay and boost your conditional attack boost, and you can use the Akainu to boost your affinity boost, and you can do 5.6 million. It's basically 5.6 million plus 1 million damage from Akainu. So, just in case you're wondering, the Akainu special, I mean, the end of turn damage from Akainu that does 1 million damage, that does not work with Int Mihawk. So you don't get to do an extra boom of damage from Akainu for Int Mihawk. Int Mihawk only counts character attack, not end of turn damage like Akainu does. Just a little thing to worry about. But yeah, 5.6 million damage plus 1 million thanks to Akainu. So if they had resilience buff, they're definitely dead anyways. I think that's reasonable, right? Don't you think that's reasonable to be able to guarantee fully matching orbs burst and then burst again? You can even replace both of these characters with crabs. Replace you with a crab, replace you with a lobster. And hey, look, your lobster is doing 2.4 million damage. I'm sorry, 56 million, not 5.6 million. Yeah, your lobster, your second attack lobster is doing like 2.4 million damage. You're still doing 46 million damage with a crab and a lobster on this team. Yeah, seems reasonable. Seems quite reasonable. And then let's look at a zombie. Oh, that's not this team. Let's look at a zombie team, right? Let's use a Akainu friend captain on a zombie team. Here's an example: Golden Pound Usopp, because it's Golden Pound Usopp. It's a zombie team. You just throw a Golden Pound Usopp on it, you got yourself a team, baby. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Magellan, because I don't know. We have 1 million damage per turn. It's not like Magellan's damage is going to like get anywhere near 1 million damage per turn. Inu Adashi's special. Inu Adashi's special that adds not even 1 million damage. Look at that. Look at that. Inu Adashi's special pales in comparison to just the passive damage you get from Akainu. And then Garp as a health cut or kill something under 30%, but not like it matters because Akainu does 1 million damage every single turn. You're not going to see it over here because we don't count specials as damage, but you have a zombie team that just does 1 million damage to a character every single turn. I mean, we can just put lobsters and stuff on here. It doesn't matter who you use on this team, on a zombie team. You're doing 1 million damage per turn thanks to Akainu, and that's just silly. I cannot think of any way they can possibly make this bad. Like, I cannot think of a single way that Akainu could be bad. Bandai, there is a shift in Bandai Namco on their legends. A shift, hide, base forms, hide, non-farmable characters. After Akainu came out, Akainu started something bad in Bandai Namco. Whoever started designing Akainu, like before Akainu, Legends had drawbacks. Legends had a drawback to them. It was something that a legend couldn't do. Blackbeard, at least you had to have like some interesting team building with a Blackbeard. Kizaru also has some, like, you can't just use everybody on a Kizaru team. Or he only gets his good damage whenever you use his special to burst. Cabbage clears your buffs, which is a good and bad thing, but basically works for himself. Log Luffy, you gotta hit those good, great, perfects. After Akainu, we get some decent captains. Here is a string of like decent legends after Akainu. That is just a step higher than your average legend power before Akainu. But after Akainu, we got like Buggy, who's terrible. Shirahoshi, who is great and an amazing sub. Inu Adachi, who's is basically just better raid boss Sabo. Sanji, who's great. Sanji started something great in being a captain action that we don't ever get to see again until Frankie down here. And Nell, who is cool. Nekomamushi, who is a strong character with a drawback? I mean, can you imagine that nowadays? Having a legend character that has a drawback? Why would you ever want that? Why would you want to have a weakness on your characters, right? You know, to have some interesting moments, like how Nekomamushi will basically always be destroyed by Ambush Cavendish because he gets rid of your orbs? No, that's boring. We don't like drawbacks. Magellan, who's really cool, having a character working around health cuts and toxic. Hancock, who just like kicks up the power level of shooters a bit. Rob Lucci, who kicks up the power level of Powerhouse a bit. And then Lucy comes strolling into town. Here comes Lucy strolling into town. After Rob Lucci, Bandai Namco looked at their budget for One Piece Treasure Cruise and thought, well, golly, we'd like to add some more Sugofest pulls on average, right? We want people to give us more money, so they made Lucy. And that started everything, man. They made Lucy, whose drawback is you don't get to use purple and yellow characters. Wow! And then they made Judge, who, if you have Judge and the rest of his batch, means that you can just stop playing the game because you already have a perfect team. You use Judge and all the German characters, you've made a perfect team. What is Judge weak against? Not having his characters, right? That's Judge's weakness. And then we have Fujitora, who is great. And then we have Rayleigh, who is great. And then we have Dofi, who I like. All right. I just want to say that the Dofi and Frankie design team is on point. Like, just want to say, they brought me back. After Lucy and Judge, I was a little, Fujitora and Rayleigh were just powerful characters with no drawbacks, but not obscene. I wasn't offended by the power level of Fujitora and Rayleigh. And then Dofi and Frankie came out, and I'm like, good job! Good job, Dofi and Frankie designers! Those were fun! Dofi is cool. I like Dofi. He's neat to try to use. To try to oh, well now I have to hit a great, and I can't do too much damage, so I can do as much burst as I can. Then I can use that Dofi burst to finish off the boss stage. And then we have Frankie, who turns into a transformer. Yeah! Oh yeah, that's fun. And then we have Robin, who I don't have any problem with Robin. Although I really say that Robin's prevent all damage for one turn should go to Barto. Like, Bartolomeo, whose Devil Fruit is the barrier fruit, is worse than Hancock is at preventing you from dying. Hancock prevents all damage for one turn. Barto doesn't even guarantee you don't die for a turn, because if you get hit by two characters, you're dead. So Robin is just a better Barto. Poor Barto, who has a barrier fruit. Guess it's not as good as Robin. Sorry, Robin, not Hancock. Besides that, Robin's fine, but my boy Barto needs some love, man. Especially since she came out at the same time as 6+ Barto. And then we get Luffy Ace. Luffy Ace, who gets to sit next to that Lucy and going, boom, boom. Bandai Namco needs some money. Do some pulls. Then we get Shanks, who says, boom, boom. Bandai Namco needs some money. Do some pulls. And then we get Akainu and Aokiji, who once again says, Bandai Namco needs some money. Do some Sugofest pulls. What happened? Who made the Frankie, man? Whoever made the Frankie, come back. Come back, dude. Get back on this. Get back on the design team. Tell them to stop doing this shit. Because it's stupid. Those are the new characters in the batch. That's my rant about how stupid legend characters are. Part of why I'm not doing Sugofest pulls anymore in One Piece Treasure Cruise is because these characters are stupid. I've been Zenigami, thank you so much for watching. Good luck if you are doing Sugofest pulls. And y'all stay beautiful.